We're here in Sturgis in the basement of Becky's house. She is the founder and the owner of OG's Design. You got to talk about the name of your business, first of all. How did you come up with it?
So I just remember my mom using that expression a lot. And when I first started, it was with greeting cards. So I thought that was a really good, good expression, good Midwest expression to use, and was a good fitting little logo on the back of every greeting card. So it just kind of stuck with it, and it's a good conversation starter at shows and everything too. So
yeah, I feel like you got to really get that accent.
yeah,
Oh geez,
everyone's got to walk by and be like, oh geez, oh geez.
I love it. It's classic Midwestern stuff, right? There you go.
Yep.
So talk about what your product is and what you do and how it all began.
Okay. Yeah, so I basically do different South Dakota, Sodak, local products from t-shirts, stickers to hats. And I do all the design work myself, and then anything that I can have printed locally, have done locally. And I started doing greeting cards and had done a fair with my sisters. And then just kind of slowly over years, it wasn't fast decision by any means, but just started adding more products and doing more local. I started doing the South Dakota postcards, and then it went to a South Dakota sticker, and then started doing the t-shirt and hats. So, and then just kind of switched over to more of the locally themed based products.
So I'm assuming your background is in graphic design?
Yeah, I went to SDSU in Brookings for advertising, and I thought that I might do or want to do copyright. And when I started taking more of the advertising classes, it was just, I realized I didn't want to be in a really big firm where you're only going to do copyright. And I hadn't really done, much with graphic design. We didn't have those classes in high school or anything, and started learning more about that creative end of it, and really got interested in it.
So basically you're working sort of that 9 to 5, and then you're kind of getting into the side thing and ends up to be a full-time thing.
Yeah, yep. So I had been at Legend Suspensions, doing graphic design with them for about 10 years before, and had a couple other design jobs before that. But yeah, and then doing this on the side, and it just slowly kept building and taking more time. And so, yeah, went full time with it. It was October of 2020.
So basically you're making the designs, Sodak, and then you're just kind of putting them on everything.
Yeah. Yep. Come up with different ideas. Yeah. Different sayings. And sometimes, it's just out hiking or snowboarding or something to do with that, and come up with something and then find a product that'll fit it well. And yeah. I try to have different products that aren't offered by the other local shops, and just, something that, makes my brand consistent and stand out from others. So.
Okay. What's one of your best-selling items?
The best-selling one is the first brown, Sodak camp logo that I did, and it was the first patch that I did on a hat, and it probably two-tone brown trucker, and it's probably still my best-selling item.
Would you say a lot of your brand does have a retro feel, or not necessarily?
Yes, I would say. I definitely think that it has a 60s and 70s vibe to it, thick lines and bright colors, and kind of a lot of the same sunset theme colors to them, to the items and the designs too.
So then where can folks find your stuff?
So you can find everything I have online listed in my Etsy shop, and ogsdesign.com will take you to that. And then locally also I wholesale to a couple different shops in the area, and then I do different pop-ups and stuff. So if you follow my social media, you can find out where they are, and I always have everything at those. So.
Why do you think your stuff took off like it did?
I think people were just looking for, that item with the local pride and something to represent us. When I started and had been going, to Denver and Colorado trips, there were so many small independent companies doing stuff like that there, or were starting to, and I was we don't have that in the hills. There's no one doing that, and I wanted to make that. I wanted to make some modern, new designs, that people would want, that lived here and want to show their pride.
Well, thank you, Becky.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.
I feel like we have to say oh geez.
Oh
Thank you,
geez.
Becky.
Oh geez.